What's
Yes.
what?
Cleaning, room services.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Herf here, back on the Duel Entertainment channel. And today we're doing the Rogue Deck Roundup. Just like Circus's head, it's going to be bald, it's going to be old, and it's going to be stale.
Wow. I guess that's a keeper.
How's it going today?
Not too bad. So what decks do you have for us today, Herb?
So the first deck, I know the decks, but I don't know what order they're in.
Okay, what is it?
But basically, there are 3 decks in the meta right now. So pretty much any deck that isn't Darklords, Blue Eyes, or Automats is a Rogue deck. So I think the first one we're going to talk about is Trimids.
Yep,
Trimids.
So I talk and now you have to be quiet. So Trimids, they're a good control deck that uses balance. They like to switch out their field spells, then recycle them back in using the Dancer, and then they use the Pulse to pop cards, and sometimes they bring out the Sphinx. This puts them in a really good position to surprise people in tournaments, because they're not expecting a control deck with the way the OTK meta is going on right now. What do you think, Herf?
Do you think Sphinx helps protect them against OTK style decks because it forces the attack into it instead of other?
That's really undecided right now because there's so many cards that can counter it. I'm looking into it, doing a lot of testing. We'll see. You know, that FA mock, it does a lot of stuff that Sphinx can't handle. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying. All right, what's the next deck, Circus? Real talk, serious time.
Trimids. I thought Trimids.
It's a pretty neat deck. You know, Treacherous is a good card. Smile.
It did get 4 top 4 finishes, 2 top 4s, and 2 top 8s this past week, so that's actually pretty good. It just didn't score a lot of points.
Yeah, it was consistently in there, but it didn't quite get to the top of the pile.
All right, so it's in there, but not like swimwear.
Yeah.
All right.
It's more like beachwear. Not quite swimwear.
Like an oldie time swimsuit that you see guys wearing their like full body and they got the stripes on them, you know? You know what I'm talking
about? Like a wetsuit instead of a swimsuit.
Right. No, I like Trimids. I just think they're 2 years old. I looked that up. They're 2 years old. I just think long term there's only so much support for them, and people are like, you know what? There's a new card coming out. I know, but it's probably not gonna be on Duel Links for a while, and even if it does, I don't know if it'd be able to keep up with the other decks going on right now.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think that their strongest, their biggest strength is traps that stun the opponent, right? And that don't affect you. So something like Treacherous, things like Needle Sealing, all that kind of stuff, like these big floodgatey kind of stun cards. Well, not floodgatey, but big stun cards.
Right.
Because you're guaranteed to open them with balance. And, over time, more cards or more decks will be able to play through that. So their time is limited, I think.
And Tretch could just be a dead card later in the game, and resources are huge with a deck like this. You draw that Tretch and it's dead. It's like, I lose. I needed a card this turn.
Especially in MST meta, like, they destroy the Pulse, and then you're like, well, my Tretch is dead.
It's dead.
Nice. Dead.
All right, let's move on to Herb's second favorite deck, and that's Weather Painters.
I've never said I like this deck ever.
Really? That's why it's your second favorite. It did pretty well, actually. Weather Painters did win Battle Phase Monday. So
yeah, it's nice that they can dodge the negates from Darklords, as well as they're able to have a non-targeting, non-destruction removal. Their biggest problem right now, I think, is FA, right? So that FA card just says, I'm unaffected by all FA mock.
I'm not familiar with that.
Never heard of it, right?
Yeah.
It's unaffected by all monster effects, and this deck is purely monster effects. So
they beat Automats, so I guess that.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, I would expect them to win that because they're not really affected by Hatronade, right? Because all of their stuff are continuous, which is really good for them. But ultimately, I think this week is going to be rough for them with FA Darklords running around.
Right. I think it's going to be rough for everybody. Their tournament victory was Battle Phase Monday, so the box came out on, Wednesday? And we saw after that Darklords won every, I don't want to say major tournament, but every tournament that we track that follows the rounds of Swiss into a top cut. So,
also, it dominated in leagues.
Did it? Okay.
There was one where it was like It was 10-1, and it was just Darklords.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Darklords. Just absolutely nobody could.
It's the new Darklords is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Darklords are the new Darklords. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Orange is the new orange.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, next one, Megalith. I always feel like we bring this one up, and we always look at each other like, I don't know what this does, but it's still here somehow.
It's kind of a funny deck.
It does stuff.
It has non-targeting destruction on, or is it non-targeting? Yeah, it is non-targeting, isn't it?
See, that's the thing. We don't know. It just keeps showing up. We're just like 8 people.
I'm pretty sure it's non-targeting.
Look at this. 7 people played the deck last week. That's what I'm saying. Like 7 people played the deck, and somehow one guy gets a top 8 in Battle Phase Rising Sun, and then here we are talking about it. We're like, Megalith, it's ritual summoning, but they don't need the spells. If you knock out their trap and their field spell, they can't do anything. They can go into sync or XZ summons now, to extend a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very well put, Circus.
That's about all there is to it, though.
I
right?
feel like I have a much deeper understanding of the deck.
I really think that's what we say every time, though.
Yeah, I mean, they can just put up a really big body that's potential. It has potential to swing over the FA mock. So I think this is one of the few decks where I feel like might have a chance.
I think sometimes it's pretty funny when you see, like, what is it, sends you of 1,000 hands and he's got like 3,400 attack.
Yeah. He's so, whoa there, buddy. What are you doing?
Slow down. No one needs to be that upset. Whoa.
Ooh.
But honestly, any deck this week could have been in rogue decks, but I try to pick ones that
we haven't talked about in a while.
But Megalith's on this show every damn week for some reason.
Well, they're a rogue deck.
All right, so
this is where they're supposed to be.
The next one is a new deck. I guess it counts as a rogue, and that's Harpies? Question mark?
I think that this deck. I think last week, so the 3 decks in the the power rankings were Darklords, Blue Eyes, and Onomat. I think next week is going to be Darklords, Blue Eyes, and Harpies. I think that this deck is pretty strong right now, and we should expect to see more of it in the future.
Honestly, I think this deck could be really good if there's better rank 4 support in the future. Because, like, someone said to me, automats are only as good as the stuff they can go into. And I kind of feel like Harpies is like that, except they have a good synchro monster.
Yeah, Cyber Slash is actually super powerful, especially if you pair it with something like Chalice, because Chalice is a quick play negate, and then the Cyber Slash can also bounce. So it's really powerful if you can combine all of those kinds of things. And then the Swallow's Nest, it just allows you to play through so much disruption. It's gross. And this guy's playing 2 head judging.
Yeah, which is just
comedy.
Gross, right?
Absolute comedy.
I'm trying to think which one did that win. So that was top 4 Battle Phase Rising Sun, and then 2 top 8s in Battle Phase Wednesday. So it did score a lot of points. But
the MCS with it as well.
Okay, MCS was no side deck.
So that'll be next week. No, it was no side deck, so it doesn't count. It's not real. That's true.
It's not real. No, it was a real tournament.
No, it's not real. If there's no side deck, it's not a competitive format.
People actually played in it.
No, I don't care. It's not a competitive format. Okay. It's luck. 100%.
I think it's a fun deck. I've been playing it.
No side deck equals luck.
But the Harpy deck itself is still pretty good. Yeah, I
like Harpies.
It's a nice, fresh deck. I think everybody's excited that it's around. Unfortunately, a lot of people asking about, they're like, is it free to play? It's easy to get, but optimally, you do need those 3 Book of Moon in there.
Yeah, so I think the Book of Moon could potentially be replaced with a Chalice.
Or Lance.
It's just really good.
But they're all URs. Yeah, I mean, they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
Well, Chalice is a super rare.
Is it?
From a mini box. So that's potentially the most free-to-play option to replace.
Not too bad. Okay. All right. Yeah. But you need something that can help with disruption early on.
And I think Chalice is in the same mini box as Wall of Disruption. I'm not 100% certain.
Let's go.
But if it is, that'd be super nice.
Perfect. Everybody's super excited. Is that what?
I'm not 100% certain.
That negates the monster's effect. So basically, like, there's a bouncer on the field, you can Chalice it, and then you can start summoning.
Yeah, as well as if you have Cyber Slash turn 1 plus Chalice, you have a bounce and a negate.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So, like, if you're going first versus, Onomats and they normal summon Sister, you can negate plus bounce it back to the hand, which is really powerful.
Oh, nice. All right. And the last one, I don't know if anybody cares about, but it's still around. People are mad that we didn't talk about it in power rankings, but it didn't do well enough. But that's Dark Magician's Stick and
Wait,
Chair.
people were mad that you didn't talk about this in power rankings?
Because it got like 7 points or
Why
something
on
last
earth
week.
would you talk about this? This deck is dog crap.
All right, so that's the end of the video.
No, it's just not good. I don't know what else to say. I mean,
It does
it's
what it
just
does, right?
it's been around for a while. It's been determined that it isn't good. It is less consistent than it used to be, and people still want to talk about it. I don't understand why.
It got top 4 in the Meta Freakly Friday, and we know how her feels about the Meta Freakly. So
I can only shit on one DLM tournament at a time. Since I already did it about the MCS this week, the Freakly can slide. We'll let the Freakly slide this week. At least they had a side deck, right?
Well, this is just another one of those decks where it's like, okay, half of my engine for my deck got ripped out. I'm just going to put Stick and Chair in. That'll carry me until I can get Dark Magician running.
Yeah, you can get that 37% chance to get the Stick Chair engine. And then, the other, 66% of the time, you can do your whole Dark Magician plays. So it works perfectly.
Right. So I don't know why this deck isn't winning all the time.
Yeah, it should have 100% conversion rate 100% of the time.
Let me check the numbers here.
I don't think you need to. It's bad.
Conversion rate of 8%. Yeah, 13 people played
terrible.
it. One person made it to the top 8. So there you go, 13%.
That's
almost broken. That's almost broken. Well, Blue Eyes, 388 people played it, and 20 made it to the top 8. That's a 5% conversion rate. So this is almost 3 times better than Blue Eyes. Keep that in mind, people. If you want to make a top 8, Star Seraph.
Don't listen to this advice.
But I think a lot of people have the cards and they just want to keep playing it,
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. So I hope you guys enjoyed this rather laid-back version of the Rogue Deck Roundup. I'm sure there's going to be people like, I take this seriously, sir. You're making fun of my rogues. We are.
And I'll make fun of your robes as well.
Wow.
That's what it made it sound like. Because when you said rogues, it sounded like robes. So I was like, wordplay.
Make sure to get in the Discord because it's free. The new player help is free. The tournaments are free. Unfortunately, those jokes are free from her.
Wordplay.
We're going to get out of here. I'm Circus.
I'm Herf.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Get out of here.
See ya.
Go outside.
All right.